What's up, travelers? You have found the podcast that is here to explore the world. We are 5 travel experts, hooked on our trade, and ready to share our tales from around the world. You're listening to the Where We Roam podcast. Without further ado, let's roam. Hello, roamers, and welcome to this week's episode of the Where We Roam podcast. My name is John, and I am joined by all 3 of my fellow podcasters. Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Good morning, John.
I got Sean being a big smile.
No, it's just you guys know my internet issues right now. The last three times we've recorded that insurance video, which we're supposed to see.
Yeah, you don't see it?
It's just a black screen. No,
Nice.
we can't handle that over here right now.
Wherever that is.
Wherever that be.
Wherever that is, that undisclosed location. All right. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. This week, we're going to be changing it up a little bit. We're not doing another trip report. We're not doing speculation or talking about who's building what in Orlando. I feel like we've done that quite a bit lately. I mean, it's a lot of stuff happening in Orlando, in case you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But first things first, I just want to ask how everybody's doing, and then we'll intro the show.
Good.
No
Traveling.
complaints.
Good.
Busy.
Traveling. Oh, who's traveling? Dana's traveling. That's
I
right.
am traveling. Yeah.
When's
Give
your
me a hard
next trip?
time about it. Friday. Utopia.
It was Friday last time, wasn't it?
No. Well, yeah, it's a weekend. It's the world's
a weekend
biggest
cruise.
weekend, in case you didn't know that,
Oh.
Sean.
Live
It's
in Florida.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely easy when you're in Florida to hop on a ship for the
Yeah.
weekend, and it is Labor Day weekend too. So
Yes.
it's
That's
a holiday
fair.
weekend.
And I just want to say hello and good morning to Megan's dog. Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
What's
good
your dog's
morning.
name, Megan?
I'm so sorry.
It's
will
okay.
stop
What's
in
his,
just a
It doesn't
second.
matter.
what's his name?
We have someone in our backyard.
Oh,
It
who's in the
happens.
backyard?
What's that?
Who's in the backyard?
So we live in Arizona. We have scorpions, so it's pest control. We don't actually. I haven't seen a scorpion, but we have pest control
have
to make sure I don't
mosquitoes.
see the scorpions.
Yeah.
that's
You don't
good.
want to see a scorpion.
No.
No. I remember finding one in the bathroom when I lived in Mesa. It was terrible.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. I was like,
I've
I found
had
a
two
scorpion.
in
And
the
there was a
house
baby
in
one
8
too, which
years.
is bad. Yeah.
Mm.
2 in the house.
2 in the house. We know probably where they came from. Like we brought a box in from the garage that came from storage, and
Oh.
yeah,
Shame on you for bringing a box in, right?
Of your own
I'm telling
belongings
ya.
into your home. How dare you?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what is your dog's name? I'm just curious.
Charlie Brown. We got him at Christmas time.
Oh,
Aw.
that's really
Yeah.
sweet.
That is sweet.
That's so nice.
Charlie.
All right. My dog is locked up downstairs in the boys' bedroom
Bo's a
because
punk.
he is a punk. You can just man, he's the worst. Anyway,
Aw.
my family adores him. I'll just leave it at that.
But John
I
does
never
not.
had well, he's fine. He's fine. He's grown on me a little bit over the years, but when you have that best dog ever and then they pass and then the next dog, I feel like it's no matter what, that dog
Doesn't
is going to
compare.
be compared to
Yeah.
the greatest dog
Mhm.
ever. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
That being said, I would like to welcome everybody to the show. And on this week's episode, we are going to be talking about 2025 travel trends, things we're seeing coming up, what some awesome things our clients are booking for next year. I am super excited to talk about this. So why don't we go ahead? We'll do a little bit of a round robin. And we will start with Megan, and Megan can tell us what is one of the top things. And we'll maybe each give 3 exciting trips that we've got our clients that we think are the most interesting trips that our clients have
Mhm.
booked. Megan?
Perfect. So to start it off, I'll say European travel is big right now.
Yes.
Right now, I have quite a few cruises on the books for clients between AmaWaterways and Celebrity, actually Royal too, going on European cruises. And then I also
Mhm.
have a Tauk group tour as well in Europe.
Ooh.
So
Nice.
it seems hot. People are wanting to travel more and more out of the country, and now's the time to do it. And planning
the top
well
of your
in
head,
advance for that airfare is
Do
important.
you know what
Yeah.
the Tauk trip is? What the itinerary is?
I can pull it back up.
Is Sean about to get on that same Tauk one?
No, but I have a lot of clients who love Tauk. So
And it's in Europe?
yeah.
Yes.
Most of Tauk is European.
No.
Castles
I'm saying like
and kings.
Kazakhstan.
Castles and
Castles
kings.
and kings.
Oh, I was like, that's an interesting itinerary.
That is.
Kazakhstan kings. I'm like, okay. I didn't know that they had a
Whoa.
king or a parliament. I didn't know what they had.
Tauk
cool.
is my go-to for European land,
Yes.
and then AmaWaterways for European river cruises. But they also do things outside of Europe as well. They do Africa, Egypt, a lot of different stuff. So
Nice.
anyway,
Oh, super cool. All right. So lots of Europe, and primarily, what was the one trip that jumped out at you out of your European trips?
I'd say that, the AmaWaterways cruise. They're going to
Yeah.
Amsterdam. It just sounds wonderful. So I'd say that's probably my top one that I'm really looking forward to for my clients.
Sweet.
and it's
All right.
helpful that you just hopped off of Ama as well. So
Yeah.
I think that
what
hypes it
they're
up
in
a little
for.
bit for me, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
That'll be good. All right, Dana, what is one of your top trips, or one of the trips that you've planned that you think looks really fun?
I pulled all of 2025 and it's all cruises.
Yeah, me
it is
too.
all
Is it?
cruises. It's
Yeah.
very cruise heavy. I've got some really good itineraries. Panama Canal, 28-day Alaska, 21
28-day Alaska.
What is that through?
What vendor's
Cruise
that?
Queen.
Holland America.
No,
Holland America.
that sounds
Oh my goodness.
amazing.
Yeah.
Do
Is
they
it
have, like-
land and sea?
Wait, is that your
No,
own
just-
sailing? Hold
No,
on.
it is not. It is not my
Dana
own
is always on
sailing.
a cruise ship. So
No.
on that, on 28 days on Holland America, that gives you plenty of time to nap.
Yes. Well, this is a retired couple, so I'm
It
sure
makes
they
sense.
would welcome that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also
They would
a
welcome an
20
afternoon nap.
I would welcome an afternoon nap. I may take one today before
fair.
the kids get home. You just
I
never
took
know.
one the other day. It was unreal.
Wasn't it nice?
Yeah.
Yeah. So never
so good.
underestimate a good nap. But they also have I have on the books a 21-day Southern Caribbean.
Ooh,
Which-
who's that with?
Jeez.
Holland America. No,
Another
that's Royal.
Holland.
Royal.
What ship?
Enchantment.
Enchantment. Okay. So now
Mhm.
that's what they're not going to tell you in all of these advertisements you see through Royal Caribbean. You're going to see the water slides. You're going to see the crazy stuff, like all of the
Mhm.
things that they
Right.
have on their ships, the Icon class, the Oasis class. You got Enchantment, and Baby Girl has been around
She's
the
tired.
block.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She's been
tired.
around
She's
for
tired.
She needs
she's
a nap.
very tired. But what they do with these smaller ships is I love that they're doing a 21-day Southern Caribbean itinerary with her, because she's smaller. She can get into all the different ports. She can do the small ports that you would never even think of doing on an Icon or an Oasis class ship. So
Right. And it's leaving out
love
of
that
Fort
they're doing that.
Lauderdale as well. So that's, also
really?
an easy port to get in now.
that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I had somebody interested the other day. They were asking me about a long Southern Caribbean sailing, but it was going out of San Juan.
Mm.
And a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
those slightly longer Southern Caribbean ones go out of San Juan, but I think that was Vision or something like that
Yeah.
out
yeah.
of San Juan.
So cruises are big, and then also a Greek Virgin Voyages, the Greek Island Glow,
Ooh.
7-night, and then my own personal trip. We're looking at going to Tokyo Disney. So
Ooh.
Ooh.
Are you
That's-
giving all three of your answers up front?
yes, I'm sorry. Oh shoot, was I not supposed to do that?
We'll circle back to Dana in a minute to talk about Tokyo Disney.
Yeah, we need to chat
All
about
right.
that a little bit.
Yeah.
How about at the very end, we all talk about a trip we're most excited about for
Okay.
25,
Okay.
or maybe
Yeah.
one or two trips we're excited about for 25.
Okay.
All right, Sean,
That
what
works.
do you see in a travel trend with your clients?
So I agree with Megan. European travel is big. I actually did have some people who were this close to booking at a Tauk, a big family multi-gen trip, but then they decided they didn't want to, and they went to Disney instead. But my big one right now is some clients hopping on the
Ooh.
Magna on the
The
Dutch.
biggest-
Sorry, Ama Magna. The,
Most
the
newest
big
ship.
the big lady.
Yeah, the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Traveling in
so-
April.
Yeah. For a river cruise ship,
For
it
a
is
river cruise,
enormous. It's
exactly.
like double wide almost.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah. So
mhm.
that's probably the big one for Europe right now. I think they're going to have an amazing time. They're extending on both sides of the trip as well. So I'm
Very
excited
cool.
excited about them for that.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's really cool.
Okay. Well, I will piggyback off of what Dana said and what Megan said. Is I have cruise on the books for next year. It's crazy. It's like almost I have like a handful of non-cruise bookings. I've never been this cruise heavy in like the last 7 years I've been doing this job.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. That being said, I think one of the coolest ones that I've got coming up, I've got clients on a 12-night Thailand and Vietnam cruise on the Celebrity Solstice.
Oh, nice. That'll be nice.
That sounds really cool.
That looks so cool and killer. I would love to do it. It goes out of Singapore and then it goes to Bangkok, Thailand. It goes to a place called Koh Samui, Thailand. It goes to Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, Nha Trang, Vietnam, and then it goes to Hanoi Bay, and then a couple days at sea. It looks like a phenomenal trip, and it has overnights. And you know how much I love that when it comes to cruising.
I love overnights
because you can explore the night. You did that, Megan, on the Virgin Voyages, right? Where you were able to go in Greece. Was it Santorini that they stayed overnight?
There were quite
was
a
it
few.
Really?
I'd have to think back. Definitely Santorini, we were overnight. I feel like Mykonos, we were overnight as well.
Yeah.
Might be the only two.
And but those are the perfect places to do it, where there's nightlife and things to experience. Where this is like overnight in Bangkok and overnight in in Hanoi Bay. To me, it just seems like a really cool way to do and experience Asia. Because for a lot of people, it's very overwhelming because the language barrier is very difficult. Tokyo is one thing because English is still pretty prevalent. A lot of people will speak English, and some stuff, the touristy things, you can. If you go to Tokyo Disneyland, everything is in English and in Japanese.
Yeah.
All the signs, Sean.
Okay. I've only been there once.
Tokyo Disneyland?
No, I've been there 9 times. I'm saying it's not. It's
right.
Not
so they're not all the signs aren't in English.
Maybe the signs, but there's English is just not
spoken.
Not spoken.
I think
not at all.
I think you're going to be more likely to find someone in Tokyo that speaks English than Bangkok or a small town in Thailand.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be difficult. So I think it's cool. You're on a boat, your hotel is traveling with you. You can go on guided tours. It's a lot for people who feel very intimidated for international travel. It's a fun way to do it.
Cruising is definitely the way to do that. Yeah. Right.
100%. Yeah.
So, and then also we can briefly talk about, it's not going to happen until 26 or 27, but Japan is getting their own Disney cruise ship. That's going to be doing,
it's going to be crazy.
The Oriental Land Company, the same company that owns and operates Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea.
Which I'm going to guess that we can't book that.
That's my guess too, because it's not going to be through DCL, right?
We can't book Tokyo Disney, which is I'm interested to see how you're working that, Dana.
So it'll be interesting. I can't wait to hear how your trip is. We'll talk more about Tokyo Disneyland in a second.
Yeah, we will. Sorry.
Okay. All right. No, you're good. You're good. All right. Megan, do you have another trip you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, so I want to touch upon cruising real quick, and then I'll jump to my next one. But Alaska cruises as well are really big on my books for next year. A lot through Princess, and then some more through Disney Cruise Line. The Princess ones, I have quite a few land and sea packages, which anyone that's going to Alaska, if you do the land and sea, you really get immersed in the whole experience. So it's definitely recommended to do that. Are you guys seeing a lot of Alaska on the books for next year too?
I'm looking right now, and I have, yes, definitely summertime next year. I do. Looking at Quantum next summer. Quantum, I think, is out of there next. Yeah, Quantum is definitely out of there. I have a lot of Quantum in June and July and August. Okay. So lots of Royal Caribbean up that way. Is Mariner up there next summer? I'm trying to remember where that is.
Royal for Alaska.
What's that?
I don't usually book Royal when booking Alaska.
What do you do? You do Holland?
Who do you normally do?
No, Princess or Disney Cruise Line, oftentimes.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
No, Mariner is actually going to be in Galveston, so that's interesting.
Oh.
I used to do a lot of Princess, and I feel like people have not been wanting to do that lately with little kids. A lot of my clients have kids, and they're a little bit
Most
turned
have
off.
Kids, but I think mine are more the teens, so they're not as
older kids.
into. Or if they have younger, they're doing the Disney Alaskan cruises.
Right.
But I feel like we looked at doing that for our own family, but my son, you need to be a certain age to really do those excursions and things like that. So for us, it's a long trek from Florida to get to Alaska and to not be able for him to do anything. Like if it's just going to be on the boat, then let's wait till they're a little older. So definitely think you have to look at the age of your children when you're looking at doing Alaska, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of excursions off the ship.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Dana, your turn. What else do you see?
So
she covered it all.
No. Still in line with the cruise. The new ships that are coming out, I've got Treasure and Star.
Stop stealing my things.
Yeah, she did. We should have skipped her. We should have skipped her.
I know. So Treasure, Spring Break. It's got a lot of one that's running right during a lot of people's spring break. So excited to get on Treasure. And then Star is Royal Caribbean's newest ship, Icon class, the second Icon class ship that's coming out. And it's going to be 7 nights out of Canaveral, which is way more convenient than going down to Miami to get on the Icon. So Star is picking up momentum a little bit. I feel like it's taken a little while to kind of get the hype going, especially with Icon already sailing.
Yeah. I feel like there was like a lot of demand for Icon, and it's not as much in demand for Star. I just don't know that brand awareness is there yet for people.
Well, I think the draw is going to be the port.
Me too.
For being in Canaveral is going to be the big draw. So,
especially for you with Floridians.
They'll have Utopia, and the 2 newest ships are going to be in Canaveral. So
love that. That's
going to be a big thing, and it's the easiest port for a lot of people to get to. So that's the big, I would say the biggest thing. Yeah. Still cruise related, but different new ship experiences coming in 2025.
So I'm going to jump in front of Sean here just because it's so similar to what Dana's talking about, and then we'll throw to Sean next. But I too have a lot of my bookings next year are on the newest ships.
Yeah.
I've got Treasure, I've got Star, I've got then like obviously Icon, Utopia, like those are all big ship or new ships that are either just came out or coming out next year. But a trend I'm seeing with a lot of my clients is wanting to do the ship within a ship concept. And I think what that's attracting is some people who maybe are a little bit hesitant to get on a cruise ship by themselves, like from the get-go, because they're worried like, oh, I'm gonna feel like a sardine, so they like that like more of an enclave within the ship. So I've got people in the yacht club on MSC, people in the Haven on NCL, and then people booking into what is the second tier of, is it Star Class or is C Class, Star Class, and then what's the, I forget all the classes of Suite Class.
They had the
Royal.
new classes on the Icon ships.
Yeah, there's the 3. There's C, Star, and something else.
Spa class.
Sky
is the middle one. Most of the suites are Sky. Junior suites are C Class, then Sky, and then Star includes the goodness gracious, the butler, or what they call the genie.
Yeah, genie.
But yeah, and then another trend that I'm seeing a lot of for next year is I have a lot of groups. People traveling together with their friends and family on cruises.
Yeah, I'm working on one of those right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that because how fun is that they get to go and do not only to travel, but to travel with the people that they love and get to spend time with.
It's so memorable.
Or that they like to spend time with. Like people going to Alaska in a group. I've got like 20 cabins on Oasis in November. Like people are just wanting to spend time with each other. And I just love that they're doing it with travel.
Yeah.
Sean, what do you got? What other trend are you seeing, man?
Pretty much the exact same that you and Dana just spoke of. Treasure is selling really well. I got several people traveling, and that was their big thing. Like, book me on Treasure right away as soon as that thing came out. Bookable. Once Disney released some additional itineraries and dates, like Treasure's hot. I have to assume the upcoming DCL trips are going to ships are going to be the same thing. People want to be on that newest, biggest, latest, greatest DCL ship.
Yeah,
and it's fun. I get it.
Yeah.
My daughter wants to do
Destiny
DCL
goes live next year. Or no, in September, next month. September 12th, I think you can start booking.
Yeah, that's my next my next one. So shh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your next round? Okay.
Trickling out.
I see
Destiny
how it is.
news.
Golly. Yeah. All right. Megan, third one that in general, or you can jump to your personal travel, your choice.
So I'd say my third trend is all-inclusive vacations. So not just to throw a little bit of shade towards Disney, but because Disney's prices have gone up quite a bit, I feel like a lot of my typical Disney goers are like, you know what, well, we can do an all-inclusive resort for the same price. So I have a lot of Turks and Caicos, Jamaica.
You hear that, Disney?
A lot of... I love Disney, but their prices are just... They're high, even for value resorts these days. So
without a promotion, it's sky high.
When you add dining in there to make it a little bit closer to all inclusive, value can get pricey.
It becomes pretty similar in price.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. I agree. All right. Then let's jump over to Dana because she wants to talk about Destiny. Go ahead.
Okay, my last one. Okay, we're doing top three, right? Okay. So September. Okay. Well, September next month, we are going to be able to book Destiny. So I've got like a list of people who are ready for Destiny. It's going to be amazing. I think I'm platinum, so I think I can get into it first before I know Pearl. Pearl will be.
You're Pearl?
No, I'm platinum.
Oh, okay. Pearl is
working on
platinum.
Nobody's Pearl yet.
Nobody.
Oh, I know some Pearl people. I went on a. Oh yeah. I went on a where were we? When I was on the inaugural sailing out to, that was full of pearls. What is it called? The
Lookout.
What?
Lookout
Cay.
Yeah, that's because they invited all the pearls on the ship. So yeah, I'm sure you.
No, not necessarily. There were people
all
who paid
20 of them
for it. No. Okay, go ahead. I sat with 2 of them at dinner, but go ahead.
2.
No, I was going to say there's not many Pearl members.
That's true. A lot of them were on that ship, was my point.
Correct. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. They probably put all
the
of the
hype
Pearl
people.
Yeah. I'm sure they were invited. It's it takes a lot to get there. Maybe one day one of us will be there. But yeah, so
it's
Destiny. I hope. I'm
Not
on my
if
way.
She keeps going on Carnival. No way.
Oh, okay. I do have one more. After this one. I do have one more.
Carnival.
I have one more after this one. Yeah. So anyway, Destiny sailings come out next month. Depending on your castaway status will depend on when you're able to book that. But I anticipate this is going to book early and quick. So
the tiered starts on the first wave, I think, starts on the September 12th is what I saw.
Yeah, I've got it on my calendar here, but
I think it's going to be I think it's going to sell well. And
you think people understand the tiered system on DCL and how that works with those new bookings? We want to chat over that real quick.
I think it's pretty straightforward.
Yes,
it's based on your status.
September 6th actually is when
September 6th. Maybe general pop or Gen
is
Pop
12.
is 12.
Yeah, 12. That's correct. So
it'll
start Disney Destiny all guest booking on the 12th. Platinum is going to be on the 6th, and then the gold. Pearl is on the 6th. Platinum is on the 9th. Then the 10th, then the 11th. So it steps down from there. But Pearl gets access on the 6th, and then everyone else can start trickling in on the 9th.
Where does like Golden Oak and DVC factor into that?
We don't
somewhere mixed in there. I don't know.
They're probably mixed in. Probably with platinum, I would guess. But it seems
DVC,
to be like every day.
Isn't DVC more with silver? They're not.
I don't know,
man. Be
at
least gold.
Yeah, DVC is before silver for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, look it up, Sean, while we're chatting.
Although
it is your turn. It is your turn. Although, do you have another one, Sean, you wanted to talk about? Another trend that you see for travel for next year?
Actually, I was gonna jump over to my specific trip.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm super excited about it. And I say my specific trip. If my wife does listen to this podcast, it is her trip. We're celebrating her 40th birthday in Paris.
Happy birthday!
In Paris?
Next year. In Paris. We're going to fly to Paris, and we're going to do a few nights in Paris, and then we're going to go to Disneyland Paris, of course.
Oh, I love
that.
We'll do
a full week, and it'll be a lot of fun. Aaron's mom's going to meet us out there. We're going to have a great time. But
that's gonna be so fun.
That does sound like fun.
Yeah. Hit the Louvre,
Right.
hit some other errand things before we do the Sean and Julie Disney side.
Sounds like the perfect trip.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep.
All right. So Dana, do you have one more thing you wanted to say before me and Megan talk about personal stuff, or did you have another one?
It is personal stuff. It is personal stuff.
Well, we'll circle back to you in a second. Megan, go ahead. What were you going to talk about? What are you excited about for your own travel next year?
Well, maybe you guys can help. So right now we have Icon on the books for this September, but I am day to day right now, guys. My kids are all out with competitive sports. I have not planned our trips for next year, which is really unusual for me.
I'm kind of dealing with that
really unusual.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to take some notes from you guys, I mean, I will be traveling every other month. It just I haven't gotten there yet. And these schedules are bananas.
I've overplanned. I have the opposite problem.
Yeah, I'm
and
looking at our
schedules
stuff,
be darned.
Yep.
All right. Well, Dana, do you want to chat real quick about things that you're doing next year, and then I'll hit that, and then Sean, if he has anything else.
We have our normal stuff. I mean, we've got like 1, 2, 3,
14
4,
cruises,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 planned so far, 9 trips. But
woo,
again, that's still subject to change here and there. But
I feel like I have a ton of travel, and me and Steph are like, are we being irresponsible doing this much travel? And it's nothing compared to what Dana's doing.
There's only 12 months in the year, and you have 9 trips already?
Yeah. Yeah, I have 9. I took 9. I may have overcommitted. That was So anyway, one of my trips I'm really looking forward to, and I know this is not for everyone.
Yeah.
But I'm taking all of us, because I've been on Carnival before, but my family has not. I did a short weekend to check it out, and everybody
what are you
kept
going to do? Tell me you're doing a Mardi Gras or something.
Everybody kept saying, you got to get on the big ships. You got to get on the big ships. So we did it. We're on Carnival Celebration.
Yeah.
And we actually have the presidential suite.
Ooh.
The biggest room on the ship. It's got a hot tub on the balcony.
And it's only $99 per person per night.
Yes. Plus tax.
I'm kidding. That's the way they market things. It's like starting at $99. Obviously, it's not.
That's an interior. But this is we're staying in the presidential suite. It's going to be 7 nights, or actually 8 days, Southern Caribbean. So it's going to be a little different itinerary than we normally do. And on top of that, it's over my birthday, David's birthday, and I think Father's Day, because our birthdays are all right there together. We're 2 days apart. So,
awesome.
So it's going to be over our birthdays and I think Father's Day as well. So, yeah, it'll be the kids' first time on a Carnival ship, David's first time on a Carnival ship, and I'm like, well, if we're going to do it, let's blow it out. So we're blowing it out. So celebration.
Man, that's fun though.
That is if you're going to do Carnival, that's the way to do it.
You got to do it in the suite.
Do the newest ship and do it in the suite. Now, is there a suite neighborhood on those ships, or is it? I know that the older ships don't have a separate ship within a ship.
They also have these little family suite areas too that kind of have, which we could talk about on another. Their newer ships have like a family zone type area where
just
they have
for the suites, or
just for the
everybody?
Family theme, the family suite rooms.
Oh,
I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but it has like a room. They have snacks in there all day. They do activities in there with the kids. It's a cool little area, and it's
so
just
when you want to go on Carnival, but don't want your kids hanging out with the other kids on the ship.
No, it's for people who booked that room type, and that room type even has like little snacks in it, like little goldfish, little stuff in there. So it's geared toward children. And then they have a common area that has like arcade games and things like that as well. So, I think it's a fun. I don't think they're all suites. I just think they're labeled under that family category. I'll say
we need to get over to you going to Tokyo Disney.
Yes, we do need to have a I
Okay, you want to do that before I do mine, Sean, or do you want to end with Tokyo
John,
Disney?
No,
I figured we'd end with Tokyo Disney.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had one more to do. Get it.
I didn't get to talk about what I want to do next year. Dang, Sean.
Go, do it.
No, it's fine. I'm doing it. Doing it and doing it and doing it.
Doing it well.
There it is.
Well. She was raised out in Brooklyn.
Hey, now. All right. That song can take a turn.
That's LL, isn't it? That's LL.
It is.
Yeah.
It is LL.
All right. Well, now we're done with our musical break. Back to the show. I actually feel like we're talking about how much you have going on. I'm going to try to over the next 6 months, because we only our next 9 months, because we only have through next June planned, because we can't go beyond June because the stuff schedule is released from July to June. So I'll just do it that way real quick. I've got a Wonder of the Seas next month. I'm on in October. I'm going to be on a Celebrity Reflection with y'all. Then I'm in, goodness gracious, in November, I'm going to Sandals Royal Bahamian. And then in Nothing in December. And then in February, there. Sorry, Sean is talking in the chat. But I'm really excited about those fall trips. But then in February, we're going to go skiing. But I haven't booked that at all yet, where we're going to take the kids skiing somewhere East Coast, because they've never skied before, and I'm not paying for Vail or Aspen or Breckenridge
Vermont, right?
on their first, maybe, or even just like, Virginia or something, just to let them try, or North Carolina. That being said, so we've got skiing then, and then for spring break, I'm very excited about this. I found a really good deal on airfare from Atlanta to Maui. So we're going to Hawaii for spring break next year.
Nice.
I already have the rooms booked.
Nice.
And then my brother invited us to Scotland next summer, for his wife is Scottish. And so in June, we're going to go fly into LHR, into London, and we'll do London for a few days with the boys because they've never been. And then we will from there head up to Scotland and do this like local annual celebration that they do in the town where my sister-in-law is from. So it's called common riding. I don't know a lot about it. If you listen to the show and you know what common riding is, congratulations. My wife and I can't get our heads completely wrapped around it, but it is like this traditional thing that they do. Lots of people wearing kilts, lots of people with like banners and stuff walking through town, and horses riding and whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be fun, but I'm very excited. We'll take the kids to Europe next summer, and we've got Hawaii booked. So it's kind of like, you live once,
are doing a lot.
right?
That's a lot to look forward to.
I know. I'm very excited about 2025 travel. So like we talked about, it kind of hits on those themes. I don't have a lot of 25 Hawaii. I did have 2024 Hawaii booked with clients. So I'm looking forward to my own Hawaii travel in spring break.
Nice.
Let's talk about Tokyo. Tell us.
I love it.
Tell me everything I need to know.
You can't book it yourself.
I don't know what where are you at in this planning?
We the website is difficult to navigate.
It's
difficult to figure out like how to find things. And
there are some vendors that we have that I think you can book. Our friend Chris Sharps from the Mouse Chat podcast did a whole overview on this about how to book it. And it may have, I'm not sure if it was on a public page or if it was like on our agent Facebook page that he talked about Tokyo Disneyland, and there's some ways to book it. But the hotels are not, or they are not run by Disney.
They're not run by Disney.
Yeah.
Which means we can't, as travel agents, we can't book them. We can't book them for ourselves. We have to go through those other mediums.
But I mean, we can book Hilton, and the Hilton is on the tram, right? Is on the monorail.
Yes, you can do the Hilton and the Sheraton. There's a couple on the monorail, which are pretty decent. They're actually really good. They're really nice. But when we were there for 3 years, and we could only ever get into the Disneyland hotel. We could never get Hotel Miracosta. Whatever reason, that was the golden pony. You're just not touching it. As soon as availability comes, someone else has already gotten it. So, if you're able to get that one, Dana, consider me very, very jealous. But again, we were in Japan at the time. It was way easier to navigate the system, being in that time zone for one. I'm trying to remember how we did it. I think it might have been by calling in, but it was a while ago as well.
Oh boy.
They also have like a different ticketing system, right? Like how you get into different rides or different lands. Like, isn't that like something that they do now?
I mean, back when we did it, they were still rocking paper fast passes. I mean, it was, I don't know what they're doing anymore. Again, it's not something that we can easily and we don't keep up to date with because we can't sell.
Right.
Right.
We can't sell it. Yeah.
I don't necessarily know what they've changed or updated since 2014 when I was there last. But I mean, it's you're going to have a great time if you do make it happen, which I think you will.
I hope to. My oldest daughter's really into drawing and anime, and she loves all things Japan. She wants to go to like a gas station or like a supermarket or whatever. She wants to experience. And I was like, well, if we can get over there and pacify the younger kids, and I can say like, oh, we'll go to Disney, that would help us get over there, So it's not going to be a
gas station.
She wants to go to like she sees all the food, like all the different offerings that they have at like their gas stations, I guess. Is that a thing? I don't know.
Their little sandwiches are delicious.
Yes, like she wants to go.
The best sandwich bread you've had, but I just think it's funny that she wants to go to a gas station.
It is. She wants to go because she sees like on TikTok like all the things, and so she's like, I want to go do it.
I watched this whole. I'm not cool and watch a lot of TikTok. I don't watch a lot of TikTok. But I do watch long-form documentaries on things on YouTube. And I watched maybe a 30-minute documentary about 7-Eleven and how now that 7-Eleven is... Yes. Yeah. Now that it's owned primarily by the Japanese, how they're going to try to infuse the same business model that they use that has brought them a lot of success in Japan here to the 7-Elevens in the United States. It is
That'd
fascinating.
Be huge. Yeah,
and
it's a big deal.
Like they're only convenience stores over there. Like there's no gas at 7-Elevens.
Well, yeah, I guess
just a convenience store.
That's what she's referring to. She calls it a gas station because it's a gas station here. But yes, convenience store. But yeah, she wants to experience all of that. Like I said, she's really big into cosplay and anime and all of those characters. And so this is like
you have to go to
a dream for her. Okay, I need a list. So yeah, we'll
Shinjuku.
Yeah. All of it.
I can kind of go down memory lane and
will you plan me a trip, Sean? It sounds like you just okay.
Sure.
I'll hire you.
Okay.
Gosh. You guys are something else. So what they have there now. Oh, go ahead, Sean. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say you're going to love Disney Sea. That was it.
I'm excited. Okay. I'm really excited.
Amazing.
What they have there is they have, instead of our Fast Pass system or our, what do we call it now? It's not Genie Plus. It's not Fast Pass.
Lightning Lane
Multipass. They have Disney Premier Access.
Ooh.
And you can use it to apparently. Is that what they call it in Paris?
Yep.
And this is like you pay per ride. And so, for example,
like a carnival,
it's it's like $1,500 or 1,500 Japanese yen for Splash Mountain, which as of today's exchange rate is about $10.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you can purchase these, but it seems like you have to purchase them day of, and you have to wait 60 minutes in between purchasing them.
Yeah, so you purchase them one at a time, and
that's not surprising.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I don't know if I don't know exactly how it works. You're going to have to do a deep dive before you go.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I can barely keep up with now we're making potential changes out to Disneyland.
Listen. I know.
It's like every park around the world is it used to be at least the U.S. parks were the same. And now Disneyland and Disney World have completely different systems.
Yeah.
And then there's rumors that they're going to be changing the system in California again. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
That being said, Disney get it together.
Money grab, cash grab.
Right. Yeah. Well,
I'll just think about the cruises that have coming up, and
you need to get on the Japan though.
I know
that's going to be difficult.
I know.
And it's the only thing that I would worry me about going to Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea is the lines. If you've seen since they opened up their new Fantasyland, Fantasy Springs, I think is what it's called. Mm-hmm. The lines there have been insane.
The Japanese culture loves standing in a line. If they see a line, they're going to stand in it. They love it.
Ooh,
the anticipation, I guess. They just
and they all want to be the first. They're going to snap. That being said, things are a lot cheaper at Tokyo Disney.
So you could just buy passes to everything.
Well, that and like you think about like the food there is like half the price. Like people talk about like how lunch is literally half the cost you're going to pay at Disney World.
Yes.
The tickets are like $80 a day, $60 to $80 a day.
Yes.
You know, it's like a huge value compared. I mean, that's also part of it's because, you know, the US dollar is really strong compared to the yen, but still.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting experience for sure, but I definitely want to expose the children to it. And it's something they're really excited about. We talked about it and, you know, we were like, we could go to Disneyland or we could go to, you know, try a different Disney or we can just not do any Disney at all, you know. So that's kind of how we came about that. But
I think Tokyo Disney is going to be fun. I can't wait to hear all about it. We'll do a whole show or 6 on it because I think it's going to be a good topic for us to go over. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. That being said, these are some of the trends that we've been seeing. Lots of cruising, as we've mentioned, lots of Europe, lots of international travel. All-inclusive seem to be like a running theme. I get lots of requests for all-inclusives lately as well. So I really feel like in 2025, my Disney World and my Universal numbers
are way low. Universal is very low for me right now because everybody's waiting.
Well, everybody's waiting for
no one knows when they're going to open that park.
But they're not already booked. Like I'm trying to get my Epic trip booked for.
But you don't know when Epic's going to be open.
I know. I'm going to put some stuff out there. I'm going to throw some stuff out there.
We'll see how that works out.
We'll see what lands.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So things to think about. On that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. I'd like to thank everybody for listening today and for, just for hanging out with us for the last 45 minutes or so. If you have any questions or you want to give us your feedback about what you think is going to be popular next year in travel or what travel plans you have, feel free to head over to Facebook and do a search for the Where We Roam podcast and give us your feedback. Additionally, if you've enjoyed this episode or any of the other episodes, we'd appreciate a like and subscribe. It'll help other people just like you find the show. Please, if you like the show, please just hit that like button. I think that's really going to be it for us today. Thank you so much for listening, and we will talk to you all very, very soon. Bye, y'all.